And we're live. Ahoy, guys. Welcome aboard the Drunken Ship Podcast. This is episode 23, I think. I literally forget every fucking week. It's episode 23. I'm your co-host, Captain Crockett, a.k.a. CyberCalamity, a.k.a. just Jordan, plain old Jordan. Alongside my co-host this week, Colin.
That's me. I'm Colin,
Hey, Colin.
a.k.a. MonkeyOmega, or
AKA
on Twitter, it's Space Whales.
Space Whales.
Yes, sir.
How's
How's it going, man?
Yeah, it's going pretty all right. Pretty tired. Been a fucking long
Yeah, I
week.
feel you.
Yeah.
I've been having yesterday and today is my weekend, so I've just been kind of chilling.
Yeah, just unwinding.
Yeah,
But we
playing
do have
some games.
It is. We are in the audience to celebrate. Welcome to Spooktober. Yeah, let's give it up.
Oh yeah,
to
October
Spooktober.
1st.
Yes,
We're finally here. It's spooky season.
Hell yeah, dude! Finally, the weather is getting down into like the 60s and fucking.
Yeah. It's
I'm
nice
not-
down here too. Finally stopped raining.
How's Florida? Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. It was like raining for like weeks.
Yeah.
During like August and stuff, and then now it's stopped raining, and now it's like chilled out, so it's like 70,
Is it
80
like-
degrees. It's nice.
So you live in Florida? Do you live like deep Florida or?
No, I live up near Jacksonville.
Okay, you don't live in
So I'm
like
like-
Miami,
Nah, I'm up north Florida.
North Florida.
Yeah, it's not bad though,
Is it like
I
humid?
guess. Sometimes. That usually just depends on when it's raining or if it's raining, and it's always raining.
Yeah.
So yes,
Like in
it could get humid, but I mean it's not too bad. I mean, that's the thing too, is like the humidity's so high sometimes that it's like you're sweating from that. Like it's not even hot outside. It's just the humidity's getting to you, and
Right.
you start just sweating.
You start going crazy.
Yeah, I get mad sometimes.
Yeah,
like, it's
oh,
just
no,
so humid. I get mad.
I 100% understand. Like in Virginia, where it's so dense in forest. When it gets when it rains, you go outside, and I swear to God, it's like that Scooby-Doo episode where he takes a knife and he like cuts through fog.
Oh, he cuts the fog.
Yeah, it's exactly like that's always how I exactly felt as a kid. I'm like, you can't breathe.
Dude, I know. That's how it gets sometimes here too. It's just brutal.
Or like when you come back inside and you just feel sticky and you're like, ew, what is
I hate that. And sometimes I have to walk, like kind of like waddle, because my legs will like start chafing and like sticking together, and I can't stand that.
Jeez. Yeah, it's fucking miserable. That's why like the best time of year is like from like October
word
to
for
like December is like God tier
The perfect
weather.
time.
Yeah.
Yes. I love cold weather. I'm cool with cold weather.
I run hot, dude. I swear to God, I have like a nuclear reactor in my chest. Like I'm always burning up for.
Yeah.
But I love fucking like winter like clothing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like long sleeves.
Yeah, that's
jackets.
sweater weather.
Yes, definitely. But.
So what's in the news today, Jordan?
Well, I guess like. So the day of this recording, it is October 1st. That is why we are celebrating spooky season today. This episode will go up on October 2nd. So you are listening to this on Friday. Tomorrow, yes. But today, for us, so Twitter, I noticed like around 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock this morning, I checked Twitter and it was like, I'm like, why is it not loading? And I'm like, why is Twitter?
Oh yeah.
And I scrolled down on my feed and I started seeing that they announced the new Smash Brothers, which this has got to be the weirdest.
Yeah, the new DLC.
The weirdest new DLC. I'm not really into Smash Brothers, but apparently the new Smash Brothers is Steve from Minecraft.
Yeah, Steve from Minecraft broke Twitter. I didn't know about it till later. Because I didn't wake up till later, but yeah. And I saw the commercial or the trailer for it, and I really don't know what to say. I mean, I think it's interesting.
I think that is like compared to everyone else's like character designs and like models and stuff, it looks so bizarre. With them two things standing next to each other.
I am super curious to like just see, like I don't play Smash Brothers at all anymore, but like I'm really curious to see how he actually fights. Like how does he control, because that is weird. Like in the gameplay trailer, he was moving weird. You know, it's Minecraft movements, but I was just like, I don't know how that'll work at all.
Right. In like the like reveal trailer, Sakura was saying that he had to like go and like refix every stage to make it work with blocks, because like you can see like he digs onto like the stages and stuff.
Yeah. And then I saw him like building houses. He drops like lava and stuff like that. Yeah. Apparently he didn't want to.
That's what I saw.
That's what everybody's saying.
Like, yeah, noting that like he didn't. It doesn't seem like he didn't want to put him in, and people are kind of like picking up on that, which I get it. Like
people were like campaigning for him for a couple years now, right? Like.
Well, I always heard
since before Banjo-Kazooie, since like before all these other DLC guys.
Right. I've always heard put Steve in Minecraft.
It was a meme for a while, yeah.
Right. And then
but that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's Banjo-Kazooie and Steve from Minecraft.
Mm-hmm. Like there was jokes.
What?
Just like when they were talking about putting Shaggy in Mortal Kombat.
I would actually love to see that shit. But I
like
guess
Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Right, but I guess it'd be like incoherent if the meme wasn't still going.
It'd be so funny. It'd be a nice little piece of history though. Like, oh, back when we had those Shaggy memes.
Right.
It would definitely date itself.
But like then it would just revive itself if we put it in, because then it immortalize it into a game.
I'm like only using 1% of my power, man. Like that can be like his final, like his fatality or something.
Right? Yeah, he like. They need to put him in Fighter Z, like him versus.
Oh yeah.
I miss those memes. That really was a top tier meme. Oh man. What else is going on?
I found some Nintendo leaks. Apparently, because we're getting just little like drops of Nintendo info every few weeks. Like we talked about like a few weeks ago, it was I think Mario Galaxy, like the source code and stuff like that had leaked for it, and then other games like Donkey Kong, I think, a bunch of other games. But apparently they leaked there's a software for an unmade Game Boy Advance successor. So this was right around the time that the DS came out, so I'd say like 2005, 2006. So it essentially looks like it's a Game Boy Advance, but with Nintendo DS capabilities. So, but there's no touchscreen, there's no microphone. But to me, it seems like it would just be a Game Boy Advance that can run 3D hardware.
So it was like because that was what the DS. That was like after Game Boy Advance, right? Like Game Boy Advance, it was like Game Boy Advance and then DS, right?
Yeah.
So there was like a hybrid between like a DS, what we have now, and then like a Game Boy Advance. Yeah.
So people are referencing that back in I don't know where the actual quote is or what the time is. But Nintendo once said that they had 3 pillars, which was their home console, their Game Boy, and then now the new DS. I guess they said that whenever they announced it. But the DS was essentially an experiment to Nintendo. So a lot of people think that this Game Boy could have been like a backup just in case the DS actually didn't do very well or people didn't like it. But it looked like it was just the software that had leaked. So like the UI and whatever operating system it uses to like load and dump the ROMs and stuff like that. But it looks like it could handle like, I guess, DS quality games, so 3D games, and stuff like that, which would have been pretty cool, I think, to imagine on like a little Game Boy. But yeah, so there was that one, and then also someone leaked some GameCube hardware plans. So apparently, let's see, let me look at the article. So Nintendo was working on a portable successor to the GameCube, which would have had a dock to your television and detachable controllers, a lot like the Switch. And this again was also back in 2005, 2006. They actually have like leaked schematics of it. So it would have had a GC controller ports, a dock with GC controller ports, SD card and GC memory card slot, AV out, an optional TV tuner, and MPEG-4 encoder, and then a bunch of wireless stuff. So wireless controllers. Probably had some sort of
For, like,
built-in Wi-Fi.
GameCube?
Yeah, essentially a GameCube. Like this would have been like a successor to the GameCube, but this was, people think that this is Nintendo's first, like them dipping their toes into that portable / home console.
Oh, so this is like the precursor to the Switch.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying because it's got a dock and detachable controllers.
Wow, so they've really been kind of like cracking at this for a long time.
Yeah,
How does the
and
GameCube
then
now? Like,
the GameCube is, it's like 15, almost 20 years old, maybe.
Jesus.
So apparently this would have also been a console that they were gonna use it to rival the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. So it would have had HD output. It would have Wi-Fi and wireless controllers. It would have like, all these huge steps in like graphic processing and all that stuff.
That's a good point, like to bring that up because like the back in the day, I mean, the GameCube was like competing with like PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
Yeah, PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Yeah.
So
and then I would say at that time, that's when Nintendo started like degrading a bit in quality because even the successor to the GameCube, it was eventually canceled and they started refocusing more of their efforts onto the Wii, which my roommate actually brought up. It probably could have been because at this time too, Xbox Connect had come out, PlayStation Move as well, and so Nintendo could have also jumped on like, oh, let's make a whole fucking console dedicated to motion controls and stuff.
Because that was like they, instead of like just doing like the fad and hop on the fad, they went with the whole entire console.
Yes, and then also people said that like the Wii is standard definition, but the Xbox and the PlayStation are HD.
Yeah.
People also said like why, basically Nintendo took a like 2 steps back when they came out with the Wii. The Wii is essentially a souped up GameCube. That's all the Wii is. The Wii's good. I love the Wii. It's one of my favorite consoles, but it's just a souped up Game Boy or
really?
GameCube. That's all it is.
That's like one of your favorite consoles? You shitting me?
Yeah, dude, I love the Wii, man.
Dude, I bought the Wii and I think I bought 2 games for it, and I was like, yeah, I think this is not for me, because I had like my Xbox 360 at the time too, and I was like,
dude, the Wii had some bangers on there, and you could play GameCube games on it, so it's backwards compatible.
My favorite game was like Wii Sports, which I mean you can't.
The one that comes with it.
Yeah, dude. But that was like, I mean, like bowling and shit, and like baseball and boxing, all that shit was like, it really did smack at the time. And you know what's funny is like, when I went to college, someone like had left a Wii at her house, like, and dude, I like would just come home from like class and just play hours of bowling, and I'm like, what am I doing?
What am I doing?
It was just set up in our living room, so I would just bang out like 20 minutes of like fucking bowling every day, and to the point where I was getting like really fucking good at it.
Hell yeah, man. So I played that a lot. Smash Brothers Brawl was a big game for me on the Wii as well. That one, and then once I was a kid too, I think the Wii is actually when I actually first started playing GameCube games. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna admit that now. I never owned a GameCube. I owned a Wii. And then one day at school, some kid told me, "Hey, it plays GameCube games," and I was like, "Oh shit, really?" And then I started buying GameCube games and playing them off of the Wii.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and then if you open the top, on some of them, they came out with newer models that didn't have it. But the original models, you can open up the top and there's GameCube ports that you can plug into, and it has memory card slots.
You know what you can do with the original Xbox or the original 360 is
what?
You can uninstall like a bunch of updates, so you could factory reset your 360, unplug it from the internet or anything, don't let it do any updates, and then it would run original Xbox games.
Oh, really?
So I found this out, and then I had, because I had like a bunch of like games from because I had original Xbox and then I had a 360.
I had original Xbox as well.
and I had
I had the
Turok for
Duke
it.
controller with the big ass.
The fucking you could like
where
kill
the
someone
emblem
with it.
is like this big on the controller.
Yeah, it was sucks. I have small hands, so like
I know,
like,
the thing was massive.
And then you know what else is? I had a fucking Mad Cat controller too. And
Oh yeah,
trying to grip that thing was a pain in the ass. I'm like, Jesus. But I felt like such a big man with my big controller.
Oh yeah.
But I had
kill somebody with that.
Turok Evolution, and I installed all those updates and got to fucking play it again.
Oh, nice.
Still to this day, have not beat it, but I will eventually.
No. Yeah, eventually.
I will get an emulate. Hey, no, that'd be a good stream game to like just emulate and then stream it. But damn, the controls are so bad for those old games.
I haven't messed with Xbox simulators. It's probably a lot easier on a Windows computer because it's Microsoft.
Oh, you're right.
Or you could just get Game Pass for like $1, and then you can just play like all your Xbox games on your computer.
True.
For the most part.
I mean, I have
Look at me. Here I am. I'm selling Xbox for you.
But yeah, yeah, the Wii. Did you ever have when you had the Wii? Did you ever have the Jedi game? Was you
no, I never had
led astray on that? Because I was.
Oh, like how it's like, oh, sick ass lightsaber fights, but then it's like it doesn't register a single fucking like move you make.
Yeah, well, the way this fucking game worked was, so I totally bought into it. Me just being a stupid kid and never looking up a review for it at the time. This is before like I really like saw game reviews or anything like that or previews. I totally bought the Star Wars game thinking that if I moved my Wii controller to the left or right, the lightsaber would just follow, and I could just like do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Kind of like what VR is now. No, so you would do, if you did like a slash like to the forward or sideways, it would do like an animation. So you could just like sit on the couch and go like, and then it would be doing like backflips and shit. And I'm like, that's cool, but that's definitely not what I was thinking when I bought this game.
That's hilarious.
Do you remember?
But a lot of those games too that you can play with like the GameCube controller and a bunch of other controllers, so you don't have to use the shitty motion controls for a lot of games.
You have a Switch, right?
Yes.
Did you pull your hair out when you fucking played Breath of the Wild with the motion controls?
Like with the tilting and stuff?
Yeah.
Not really. I thought it was okay.
There were certain shrines. So like I got into like Zelda really late in the game. So like my first Zelda that I've ever purchased was Breath of the Wild on my Switch.
Is that the first one you played?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not the first one I played. I think I played Majora's Mask like on like for like 10 minutes at someone's house like years ago when I was a small child. But I remember like I got my Switch like I don't know like 2 years after it launched, and I forgot all about like the tilting motion control shit that they had, and I didn't know they put that in the game. And dude, and when I got into Zelda and they had like implicated it into like certain puzzles or motion controls, I fucking wanted to smash my fucking Switch. I hate because some of them just didn't work well.
Yeah.
But that's like
I know some of them. I like the ones where you had to like fling like the boulders, and so you had to like flick your. Like I would play it. I played Breath of the Wild handheld a lot, so I'd have to like flick the whole thing in order to.
Maybe that was my issue because I didn't play in handheld mode. I just played on my TV. Actually, I rarely ever play on handheld mode.
I should do. You're making me want to play some more Zelda. I haven't played Zelda in a couple of years.
Dude,
the last one I played was Wind Waker. I played Breath of the Wild and stuff like that, but like the last one I actually played, I played Wind Waker a little bit.
I've never really played in the old ones, even though people like praise the fuck out of them, which I'm sure there's something.
Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are my personal favorites.
Yeah, I've heard Twilight Princess is really good. If you're looking to like something kind of like Breath of the Wild, that Genshin or I can't want to say Genshin. It's Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact. Totally, it's like they definitely ripped this shit off Breath of the Wild, which that's what got me intrigued into the game. So it's like a free to play game that's an MMO, like anime RPG type game, and yeah, it's just like Breath of the Wild. So if that's like up your alley, then I'm right now so far. I think I put in like 2 hours into the game last night, and it was
I saw you streaming a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it has a lot of those elements, which I don't know. What do you feel about this? Like, they took a lot of shit from Breath of the Wild, and then just kind of implicated those type of like things into their game. I don't really feel like I can see why people say they like it ripped it off, but I mean, like, I think Breath of the Wild set a new standard. And then they kind of took those mechanics and what made that game great, and they kind of just built upon those with their game. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's like a Walgreens right across the street from CVS.
Right.
I mean, I just think like there's always going to be like something to compete. Like I would say like, well, people would say like they stole the ideas and stuff, but I mean, there's always going to be like that, like Mario and Sonic. I would say like that was their response to Mario. So I don't know. They probably thought it was really cool and they wanted to do something just like that. I mean, a lot of people do that. And I think that's where a lot of artists get their inspiration from to begin with. And then maybe the inspirations are bleeding through a bit more than they really should, but you know, they thought Breath of the Wild was a hell of a fucking game and they wanted to do like, you know, someone essentially cracked the code for them. And now they can use that.
Right.
Like that cool open world, you know, you can swap seamlessly between like boss fights and then open world exploration and stuff like that. And, you know, climbing and flying and all that stuff like that. You know, I thought, you know, I haven't seen really many open world games do that before. Breath of the Wild did something cool. You know, it's different than like Grand Theft Auto open world or even like Ghost of Tsushima open world and stuff like that. So I don't see a problem with it. That's me though.
Yeah. I know like one of the first tweets I ever saw about the game was like in like 2019, and this dude in protest of the game, he brought his like PlayStation, because like PlayStation was marketing the game and like, you know, gassing it up and stuff. And this dude took his like PlayStation out in the middle of like the street, and I think it might have been in China, and he just smashes it in protest. I'm like,
okay.
Whoa, is it like this serious? Or I mean,
wow, congrats, you smashed your PlayStation.
Yeah, he actually stole it prior to.
Oh yeah.
No, but he probably did. Yeah, like an idiot. It probably broke, and he was like, "I'm just gonna make a scene out of this. I'm gonna make a
statement." Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
I broke it from like rage or gaming and like throw my controller at it, and then now I'm gonna make a statement. What about Sony or Sony whatever whitewashing Peter Parker?
They de-aged him apparently with the new model.
What the fuck?
I don't.
Is that what it is?
So I swear to God, if you guys don't know about the Spider-Man remastered PS5 version, they gave Peter Parker a new model for his face, and I swear to God, it's Tom Holland, but it's not. So
they got it's a chubbier Tom Holland.
It does. It looks a little chubby, just like Tom Holland. But the thing is,
could they not get the same model or what?
Well, the model guy that they chose to remodel Peter's face just looks like Tom Holland, but it's not, because I saw a screenshot of him and I'm like, the guy didn't really look like Tom Holland, but I can kind of see some of his like features into like the guy, the new like character model. So yeah, but I swear to God, like it does. It looks really, really close to Tom Holland. He also looks really young compared to like Peter.
Did you see the comparison where it was like Peter Parker's supposed to be like 26 or something, and then right. And then Miles Morales is supposed to be 15, and he looks like 20 years older than him.
Yeah, he looks. yeah, because that's where they've like messed up. Is like they made Peter look way younger. Well, I mean Miles
way
is
younger
like,
than Miles,
right?
Miles looking like a straight man in the new one.
Him with that jacket and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Peter's
That
supposed to
cut.
be like what, 26, 23.
He's like in his late 20s, I
Yeah.
think. But like, dude, it's like when someone has a beard and then they shave it off and they like
Right, and
lose
then
20
immediately
years or
like,
something.
yeah,
That's what it looks like.
it's
I
exact.
thought
Yeah.
I thought it looked so goofy. I was just like, why?
I did see another screenshot of it though with his face like kind of like turned like a profile view
Oh,
kind of,
profile.
and it did like you could tell like the graphics are way better. Like the hair textures are like a lot. You can like way finer detail in them. The fabric on the shirt, and then actually like I was looking yesterday, and it did kind of look a little bit wonky. The old version is kind of like
Oh yeah, I
especially
played through it a couple months ago too. Yeah, I mean
especially with
it's
like the hair
buggy.
texture.
I mean it's buggy. You know,
Yeah.
because I played it a couple months ago and I was like, because I noticed like even when I'm like actually playing, like some of the jumping is bugged all the fuck, and
Oh
like
really?
where he lands. Like I've gotten stuck in some weird spots before, like just roaming around New York and stuff. It's a little buggy. But I
That's
mean,
weird. I've
maybe
never had any
maybe I push it
issues.
really hard.
Maybe what was he doing? Like feeding like was it like in a 90-degree room with your like PlayStation 4 next to like a heater? Like, all right, now play Spider-Man.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Like jets, it like turns on the jet turbine
Yeah.
whenever I kick it on.
Do you have like a PS4 or PS4 Pro?
I think it's just a regular PS4.
Because apparently like the PS4 Pros sound like a jet engine. How does yours sound?
It honestly depends on the game, and it's only for like certain times. Like usually, it only does it when it loads, and then once the game kicks in, it's like chills out.
Do you have like a original base PS4 or do you have like a slim? Because I have like a slim.
I think it's an original. I don't
Oh,
really
okay.
know.
Because I know Tay says his sounds like his hard drive is melting when he like runs certain games. Mine is like
Oh, we had
stays
the
dead quiet.
we got a new hard drive for ours. Well, we got the one on the play in the PlayStation still fine, but we use the external one
Mm,
for a lot of other things because it's just way more room. We can actually have all of our games now.
yeah. Do you do I would assume you do all disc based, right? Or do you do any digital?
I do like all digital on PlayStation usually and Switch.
Okay.
Um, I buy physically for PS3 and like all my retro stuff, Wii and all that. But usually for PlayStation and Switch, I usually buy digitally
Yeah. I'm the
for the
exact
most
same
part.
way. It's like it's way more convenient, and I've been in such a long advocator for like just going all digital, because it like
Yeah.
you don't have like one, it cuts down a room in your like house, and then two, you don't have to like install it, because like it's the same thing. Like now I forget what the term for it is, but you literally, when you put that disc in anyway, it's going to have to do a download regardless.
Yeah,
At
but
least
then
like when you
you'll
get
still
some,
like you'll always need that disc though to play it still though.
right, because
Because
like
that's how it is. Because my roommate has Borderlands, and like yes, it's installed on the PlayStation, but you can't start it unless you have the disc.
right. See, that's bullshit, right? You should just be able to start it even without the disc. It's like a lock or something.
Yeah,
But like
it's like that's the key.
with anything digital
Because
that I have,
the disc has the license on it.
right?
That's what it is.
Anything digital that I have, I literally when I like run out of room on my PlayStation, I just delete what I don't play. But like God of War, I have God of War on my like PlayStation, and I deleted it like a long time ago. It's still
Yeah,
like up. It's still linked to your account, and you can download it anytime.
yeah. I still have Injustice. I still have Ace Combat. Still have some stuff from my PlayStation 3 profile
That
that
you
I
can
can
still play on
download.
your PS4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't. I haven't. I don't. I haven't played them in a while. Because one of the new ones though, I went up and I actually bought it physically, so I don't have to download it just to have it.
For some reason, on Discord, like I cannot get your camera to load.
Is my camera not loading?
Oh, yeah, it's just On my end, it's
You
just
want-
like, it's, yeah.
You want to reset it?
No, it's all cool. I'll just use your camera feed when I go to edit it.
Okay.
But I just let you know anything that you're doing on your screen, I can't see it, so I'm just looking at it like a little loading thing. This did it last time when we were recording, but it would go back and forth, so you like freeze up and then it would go back or whatever. But now it's just kind of a brick. But anyway, so kind of since we're talking about in like the realm of like New York and what's in New York, the subway. And what shares the same name? Subway, the restaurant. And guess what? An Irish court has started ruling as saying a Subway sandwich bread isn't actually bread. But I'm assuming because
why is it not bread?
Because it contains, I guess, like 5 grams of sugar in it.
It's too much sugar.
And I'm like, and when I read that, I paused and I'm like, wait. What? They're putting sugar in these fucking sandwiches?
In the bread? Yeah, I guess so.
I guess that makes it like tasty.
I don't know why.
Or I guess they put it in the dough.
I haven't had Subway in years. I refuse to eat Subway.
I used to eat Subway all the fucking time. And then I went, I don't know, like 3-4 years, maybe longer than that, without eating Subway. And just the other night, I had Subway for the first time.
My grandma used to get me...
And then this article comes out.
My grandma used to get me Subway gift cards every now and then. And I hated Subway so much that I would just give them away. I was like, I don't want this. It was like $15 for a Subway gift card.
Jesus, that's a lot for some. Just get 50...
And I was like, I do not... I hate Subway. I do not want this.
Do you like Jersey Mike's or anything?
Nope. I'm not a sub guy.
It's not a.
I like sandwiches. I like delis and stuff. I just don't like subs. And I'm like kind of weird when it comes to sandwiches. I usually just like meat and cheese for the most of the time. Like I like a nice ham and sandwich.
Right.
Ham and cheese sandwich, right. And I am satisfied.
You ever had a fried bologna sandwich?
Your fried bologna is the bomb.
Hey, and then put the mustard on it.
Fried bologna is shit, dude. You gotta roll it up.
You know the fucking.
You roll it up. You can fill it up with stuff, dude.
Holy bro. Shit. Only a select few know about the fried bologna sandwich.
The fried bologna.
Yeah, that's such a country thing. Me and Tate talk about this all the time. How country.
Dude, I used to eat it just the bologna. I wouldn't even have a sandwich.
Yeah, it's something.
I would just roll it up and eat it.
Put some fucking like cheese or whatever. Yeah, I remember like as a kid, me, my dad, and my brother would like mow, and we'd be doing yard work and shit. And when it hit like 12 o'clock and you're sweaty as hell, you come in.
Fried bologna sandwiches.
Yeah, you make a fried bologna sandwich. So you do like the fried bologna sandwich, and then you put the mustard on the fucking bread, and then you do like a little side.
You cook them till they start spinning. Yeah. From like them crackling.
Right.
That's what you gotta do. Yeah.
That grease coming off of it.
Yeah, because they like sit in juice inside their little container.
I can't remember the last time I had a fried bologna sandwich. I
can't tell you.
I probably fucking die if they ate bologna right now.
Yeah, I'd be in the bathroom for a week.
That makes me think, like, is Subway sandwich? I mean, what led to that? Them deciding, like, what case?
Someone probably like took a bite. Some foreigner probably took a bite, an Irishman, and was like, this is sus.
This is definitely
and then like
sus.
Sent in a sample to like some lab to like break it down. What are its components? What is the percentage? And it's like, oh well, it's 10% this, 10% yeast, 10% flour, blah blah blah, and then it's like 5% sugar, and they're like, whoa, hold up, that's a lot of sugar. That's sus.
I'm going through Twitter right now, and I'm looking.
Are you trying to find it?
I'm trying to find the article because I want to know what caused.
What caused somebody to like?
Did someone get like diabetes and was like, "I'm suing Subway
I'm suing Subway.
Because you remember that? You remember that, right? Like people like Jared, like I lost all this weight by only eating Subway sandwiches or something. According to
Jared's
Subway,
a pedophile, bro.
I know he that's how he lost all the weight. He used to be a pedophile.
Just to be a pedophile and
Yeah,
eat Subway sandwiches.
Because you sweat because you're nervous around all the children all the time.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
That's fucking awful. I don't know why I said.
That's horrible.
According to Subway Ireland website, the chain's 6-inch and foot-long subs are available with 6 different types of bread, 9-wheat multi-grain, Italian white bread, that's my favorite, Italian herbs and cheese, 9-grain wheat, earthy Italian, the fuck is that word? Honey oats, and according to the country's Supreme Court, all 6 varieties are too sugarly to legally be called bread. That statement makes me laugh. To legally be called bread.
Me and my roommates, we've talked about how, you know, Zaxby's?
Yeah.
How they have salads.
What the fuck is a salad?
They have salads, right? Just because it's Zaxby's salad. But me and my roommates are like, because it's called a salad, they aren't under any legal bindings for it to actually be a salad, and they can make it whatever they want.
Oh, you're right.
So I'm like, the salad is probably like horribly unhealthy for you.
Like it's just fried chicken with like
it's like
ranch dressing or something over it.
Yeah, it's like less healthier for you than like a chicken sandwich from Zaxby's.
What's like McDonald's salads? I mean, I swear to God, I think like their salads are like unhealthy.
Dude, I think they put so much cheese and like
ham,
so much dressing on it.
Like, what's the fucking point? Like, the court cases itself is slightly confusing. One, unless you are well versed in Irish tax policies, but it started when a Subway franchise owner challenged the tax authorities' decision not to issue a refund for a valid added tax. VAT on some takeout food. So this is all about not trying to give a refund.
Oh, so it was like they're taxing it as if it was bread, but it's not bread.
Right. Because
bread has like a slightly higher tax or something.
I'm assuming, because I guess that's on like Irish tax policies.
Just like over here, tobacco and alcohol have a higher tax.
LLT said that it shouldn't have to pay. That it shouldn't have to pay a VAT on hot coffee and tea, or the hot sandwiches that weren't eaten inside the restaurant. I don't understand what the fucking statement just was.
They probably have some sort of like dumb tax. Like, well, they probably obviously have a tax on tea or coffee or something because that's considered a spice and herbs.
Right.
Probably have some sort of taxes on them. And they probably do, like, there's some restaurants over here, some fast food restaurants used to do it, that if you ordered takeout or to go, they would charge you extra, like a little bit extra.
Oh, yeah.
Like there was a slightly more tax. So like maybe that's what they're talking about. Because I remember Taco Bell used to do that. Because sometimes it would be like, I'm paying an extra 50 cents for it to go, essentially.
Right.
So I think maybe that's what he's talking about.
It's argument that since the sandwiches contain bread, they should be considered a staple food and shouldn't be taxed. But the 5 Supreme Court judges countered by suggesting that those sandwiches aren't served on bread. At all.
Oh, shit.
At least not under the
it's actually not bread,
state authority defense of bread, or state authority definition of bread. According to the Irish Independent, the judges ruled that Subway sandwiches is not a staple food because its sugar content is 10% of its weight. A weight of flour in the dough. The value added tax of 1972 that the sugar, fat, and bread improver cannot be added up more than 2% of its weight. Jesus, so they're like 8% over the fucking weight that it's got to be.
Oh my
because
god.
they improved
That's so
it.
funny where he's like, it's bread, it's a staple food, it should be tax free. And he's like, well, it's actually not bread, sir.
They took this to the
That's
Supreme
it.
Court. Wow.
That's so
What a
funny. Holy
stupid.
crap.
That's so fucking stupid. This made it to the Supreme Court, but 10% of the sandwich is sugar. Damn.
That's insane. That
Could
is
you
so
imagine?
much.
All right, imagine this, right? You only eat Subway sandwiches.
Dude, you're diabetic.
Yeah, you're diabetic and you have a fucking mouthful of cavities.
Ugh.
Like, could you imagine getting a cavity from eating a fucking sandwich?
Jesus.
My God, you put butter on it, you're dead. Like, your heart will stop. God, you're eating gluten and sugar. Wow. So I wonder if that's only in Ireland, or is that in like all Subway restaurants?
That's probably all of them.
Right? It's got to be all of them.
It's got to be all of them.
Holy shit.
That's insane.
10%. Get the fuck out. The legal thing is 2%. My God. That's in fucking
Yeah, that's the limit.
So I guess they lost. I guess.
Yeah,
they,
I guess he didn't get his refund.
I did. Oh man, what else we got? Jesus. Oh, I should have brought this up when we were talking about Spider-Man earlier, but apparently for the next MCU movie, the next Spider-Man movie, Electroid is coming back, and it's gonna be played by Jamie Foxx, reprising his role.
Jamie Foxx is coming back. Jesus Christ.
Never watched any of the Amazing Spider-Man, so Colin,
You didn't? The second
No.
one is probably not. It's not the best.
I've heard it's the worst one, worse than Spider-Man 3.
The hey man, don't talk about Spider-Man 3 like that, man.
No, I like.
But
Spider-Man 3, though.
it was Electro's. Yeah, it was his performance as like. I guess it might have been how just the character was written, but it was weird. I didn't like it. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I just personally, I don't think Jamie Foxx fits the Electro bill. Like, it could be anybody else, literally. And if it was me, if you're gonna bring someone back to play a Spider-Man villain, you bring back fucking Willem Dafoe as fucking Green Goblin.
Yeah,
because he was the best Spider-Man villain.
Easily,
like he played the Goblin so well. And I mean, I wouldn't be upset about.
Well, he's
Dr.
got that
Octopus
Goblin face.
Either.
He's got this.
Yeah,
weird,
he does. He's got those. He can do those like devious facial expressions and stuff. Yeah, the creepy smiles.
I love William Dafoe.
But yeah, but I mean, but Jamie Foxx really. But I mean, you could brought back Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man 2. You could bring him back. I mean, apparently they're talking about doing a live action Spider-Verse now.
Okay, so I saw that trending while I was on Twitter. So what is that? Like, they're trying to just.
I don't know if that's like. I don't know if it's actually fully announced or not. Let me see. But I think people might be just jumping on it because of Jamie Foxx coming back. So maybe, like, what's his face? Wasn't Mysterio still alive at the end of Spider-Man 2? Because what if, like, I don't know. And then people could also be thinking that Doctor Strange, he could be in his movie opening up a whole bunch of portals, and then all these other villains from the other universes fall in.
That would, yeah. Or
and then you could also get cameos, and people are speculating you could get cameos from the other Spider-Man in there. So people are thinking Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire.
What's his face was at the end of Far From Home. What's his name? He reprised this role as Jameson.
Oh, it's Jameson? Yeah.
What is his name? Shit.
I forget his actual name.
God, he's such a good actor, too.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, there you go.
Yeah, that's his name.
So he reprised his role as Jameson.
Yeah.
So, I mean... But I wonder if they're going to keep the same art style. Probably not, because
so apparently they
definitely had its own unique art style, that hyper sleek look. So
it says I don't know if it's actually officially confirmed. I think people are just saying, considering it Spider-Verse because it's characters from multiple Spider-Man movies and the one Spider-Man movie now. I don't know if they'll actually go with the Spider-Verse like storyline and plot. But people are saying it's Spider-Verse because it's Jamie Foxx from Amazing Spider-Man and now it's Tom Holland from Spider-Man.
I could honestly see them doing something like that because of how well the animated Spider-Man did. That would be
but they also have a
easy
sequel coming out.
For Spider-Man,
a sequel.
But like for like the live action to do like a maybe not like an entire movie about it, but maybe like
just do a different story. At least like you could do a little cameo maybe.
Right. So like the Doctor Strange thing, yeah, they could definitely do something where they just some random portals open up at the like maybe the first opening 15 minutes he's like helping Doctor Strange out, and then they have like those brief cameos or something like that.
Or they could start. What if they start doing like they're starting to move towards with what is it, Phase 4 now, I think, or something, Phase 5, whatever it is, with Marvel.
Right.
That they could be pushing this thing, and they could introduce more characters for Spider-Man, more villains. So here's Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man universe. And then that's also probably how I'm assuming Fantastic Four or X-Men could fucking fall in. And I think people have been probably mentioning that idea for a while, that Doctor Strange could just create an opening. And then, we'll get Fantastic Four in this universe just all of a sudden because they came through a fucking portal. And shit like that.
I mean, with Doctor Strange, anything, it's like they can plot. Like,
they can do anything.
Punch, yeah, any plot holes they can solve with like him, or any like just come full circle with like magically opening portals or whatever.
So I think that's interesting. I think I would like them to do another villain. Honestly, I don't see why revisit Electro. Maybe an attempt to redeem him or something. Like, the last time we did Electro, it wasn't as great. So what better idea than to bring the same guy back who did in my opinion, not so good job at the character, and get him to do it again.
Unless they just really like Jamie Foxx as that character. I really don't understand why would they want to bring him back because of how bad that movie did, right?
I would say just like do a character, because at the end of the first one, at the end of Homecoming, Scorpion is in the prison with Vulture.
Right.
He's the one that stops and talks to him. That's Scorpion. Why not bring Scorpion back? It seems like you're starting to introduce a lot of the Sinister Six. So
I wonder if Venom is going to, because I know people forgot about this by now, but Tom Holland's supposed to be in Venom too, I think.
Yeah.
Or they're supposed to do some type of crossover because Tom Holland agreed.
So maybe that's also linked with Spider-Verse then. Because Sony has Spider-Verse things. They're the ones that did the Spider-Verse animation.
Colin, did we just crack the code on this?
I think
there we go.
We're definitely not the first.
I think we cracked the code right here live. Drunken Ship Podcast.
Yeah. But if Tom Holland's supposed to be in Venom, and then Jamie Foxx is supposed to be in Spider-Man, then that means in one of these movies, or in between one of these movies, some sort of like portal opens or something. Someone comes through, someone fucks something up.
Could you imagine seeing Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Topher Grace, and Tom Hardy all on the same screen together?
Dude, I would fucking love it if Topher Grace came back as Venom. Right. I would love it.
I would think he would do it too. I
think he would absolutely do it. I would love to see him come back. I think he could do a hell of a fucking job doing it.
Yeah.
Now that he's got it under his belt, but we have Tom Holland Venom. Maybe he could be like the other universe's Venom or something.
If they don't do like an actual entire movie, they probably won't. But at least 10 minutes of something like that.
Yeah,
is super
maybe.
plausible.
What if that's just this universe's like Spider-Man? Like, not all of his villains come from like this universe. They come from other universes and stuff like that. So his Venom and Carnage come from the Sony verse, and the same with Jamie Foxx. Because I'm assuming Jamie Foxx and Venom are probably in the same universe because that's like Sony's Spider-Man.
The next
thing.
like phase is going to be like Galactus, right? So it's more.
I would love that. I don't know. I haven't heard any rumblings of it, but I would absolutely love it if they take Galactus.
I feel like
Or
I've heard someone
dude,
say
if they
that.
brought Fing Fang Foom, like that's
Or
an old school. That's a deep cut right there.
or because like I know like obviously
Giant
Doctor
kaiju.
Strange and Damaru or what's his name
Dormammu or whatever his name is. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
like that's like he's part of like that cosmic thing with Galactus. I could see that being
true.
like the next ultimate.
And then that could
like,
also
villain.
that's also they're doing the Eternals movie as well. So I mean, they could possibly like bring up Galactus because that's the Eternals is like chaos and eternity and all those cosmic beings essentially.
And then they'll probably revive Fantastic Four because now that they have Fox. So
dude, I want them to bring. I want Silver Surfer.
Yeah, we'll probably.
I want Silver Surfer. I want him.
I wonder.
He doesn't have to have his own movie, but I just want him there.
You just want him in there.
It should have been him crashing through Doctor Strange's house, not the Hulk. If it was me, that's how I would have introduced Silver Surfer, like just straight from the get go. In Infinity War, boom, Silver Surfer crashes.
Right. That would actually have been fucking cool to see him. Like,
and says he's coming. And what if it's like the whole time they think it's Thanos, but it's not actually Thanos he was talking about. He's talking about Galactus.
Holy shit, that would have been. That would have been such a fake out, and I would have been like, "Holy!" shit. I think everyone would have been like, "Oh!" But yeah, but they're probably saving Galactus for like the next go around. So it seems like
that'd be pretty.
We're gonna
dope.
get very cosmic. Fighting.
I think me personally, what I would say out of what's been announced, what I'm most excited for is probably Doctor Strange, because I'd say that was probably one of my favorite Marvel movies so far. Is I really love Doctor Strange.
Really, I
thought it was
very
awesome.
hyped for it, and I think I was a little bit let down with Doctor Strange.
I can say that about other movies too. I was a little let down by Black Panther. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I just wasn't. I didn't get the
hype. When I went, I should say R.I.P. Chad Bosman. But,
R.I.P. Chad.
For what I had to go through to watch that movie, it was definitely not worth it. I think it was a good movie. But I had to wait in line for like 3 hours. Yeah, it was definitely actually longer than that.
I don't think I saw it. I didn't see it in theaters. I think I waited and then I saw it
on opening weekend, and it was definitely not trying to go to see it on opening weekend to get through the crowd.
I saw Captain America 2. No, Captain America Civil War opening weekend. And honestly the theater was a little empty.
Dude, when me and Tay went and watched it, and I swear to God, it was me and Tay and one other guy. It was so fucking.
What time
weird.
did you go and see it? Because I went and saw Civil War at like 10 in the morning.
We saw it at 10 o'clock at night.
Oh really? I saw it at like 10 o'clock in the morning because I was like, I'm gonna go watch it before class. I think.
Actually,
and I went and saw it.
What's actually really funny, the very first video we ever posted to this channel, is me and Tay's review of Captain America Civil War.
Of Civil War.
Yeah, like, and we literally we had to run through like 2 parking lots. Have you ever been to Northlake Mall? Did you ever went to that mall?
Which one?
Northlake.
I don't know if I did.
It's a really apparently it's a dangerous ass mall, but I parked my car really far away from the theater because I didn't know where the theater was at. And
is it because you guys like let out at like midnight?
Yeah, so
like
it was
1
like
in the
1 in the
morning?
morning or midnight or something. It's storming, and we don't know where we're at because we went through the mall. we went through the mall, right? And then we were on the ground floor of the mall. We went up the escalator, and then we went out a side door. And at that side door, that's where the theater is. The theater is like connected, but it's separate. So we're like, oh, here it is, because we could not figure out where the fucking theater was. Well, we got let out, and we couldn't go back into the mall because it was locked up and stuff. Me and Tay had to climb over 2 fences.
Oh my God.
And slide down this huge hill. I swear to God, it looked like out of a scene out like a war movie. It was pouring rain. We're sliding down a hill of mud, and we're running across a parking lot, and it's just us, and it's just storming the rain, and then.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like while it's still fresh. That's funny. That's pretty funny. But have you heard any announcements or anything? I heard that they announced Blade, but I haven't heard any news on it. I'm honestly a little excited for it, but I haven't heard anything.
That's like I mean,
isn't that gonna be a Disney series?
I don't know.
Or is that gonna be a movie?
It could be either one right now. Cause I mean, we're getting WandaVision.
We're getting WandaVision.
Right, and then we're getting the Winter Soldier or the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Which I swear I thought the Falcon and the Winter Soldier were supposed to come out before WandaVision, but we're definitely getting WandaVision.
I think they're gonna be at like around the same time, but
they better because I'm not gonna renew my.
I'm excited for the What If series. That's gonna be cool.
There's like one-off episodes.
Yeah, they're gonna. It's like I think it's an animated series, but it's essentially like MCU What If. Like it's like, what if?
Oh, okay.
What if Hank Pym had actually, finished his formula and all that blah blah blah. Just dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
It was a good comic book series. I read it for a little while. But it was just like cool little, almost like little Elseworld stories, like alternate reality stories.
I haven't.
Could probably make one about like what if Thanos won or whatever.
Right. I remember those getting getting announced, but we've not heard. We've been in the dark about it.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I haven't heard. Didn't they announced the Moon Knight too, didn't they? But I haven't heard anything just yet about that.
I've heard it was supposed to be a movie, and then it was now
then it switched to a series.
TV show, right?
Yeah, I think. But then oh yeah, Mando comes out this at the end of this month too.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think October 30th. Mando season 2.
Shit, Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I'm curious as what they're gonna do. I really don't know. It's a nice little cliffhanger at the end with the general.
Do you know
pretty
this
badass?
I when I watched The Mandalorian, I started like looking up all this shit about like the backstory of that and stuff. And like, but right before the finale, I learned all about that sword, of how it's the
Darksaber.
Yeah, the Darksaber, which that shit looks so cool. I love how it's like
it's like a negative color, yeah.
Right, yeah, and it takes all the light. It's like it has that white glow around it and stuff.
Yeah,
probably the coolest.
It's a bounty hunter weapon.
Right, it was the King Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Like after.
And also back in the day, people also ask why Mandalorians, they don't use blasters, because back in the day the Mandalorians and the Jedi used to like be at war a lot, so the Mandalorians used to use blasters, but you can deflect blasters with a lightsaber. So then straight up Mandalorians started using straight up fucking shotguns, like normal, like shooting like rocks and straight bullets at you and stuff. And yeah, and they started like beating the Jedi and stuff. I remember that. I was reading like the Star Wars Legends stuff, which I think they should really dive into a little bit more. Just me personally, I think they should.
They got a ton of content for it. Which, I wonder how that one guy ended up.
But they keep digging up Anakin's grave.
Oh, true. Yeah.
With Skywalker, they won't let him rest in peace. Damn it.
Who?
Anakin Skywalker. They just keep digging him up. For like all these trilogies and stuff, and I mean they have like just thousands of years worth of content and they're just not doing anything with it.
Let's revolve around these same 6 people.
Yes. For the entirety of our franchise.
For the next 50 years. This is what's.
Yes.
Which I mean,
and then even our offshoots like Rebels and Clone Wars like will eventually converge into the main series, or will introduce main series characters.
But I mean, you saw Rogue One, right?
Yes.
Yes, I love Rogue One, and I'm like,
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I'm like, this is exactly what you guys could be doing with like the rest of the series. There's so much. Just get away from these. Which I think, I mean, if they do any more,
dude, give me like a deep, dark, like Coruscant, like crime story or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
about. Like something down like in the slums of Coruscant.
Set it in the
that
universe.
Would be dope. Yeah, just set in the Star Wars universe. Yeah, and you can have like introduce completely new characters, bounty hunters, criminals, and stuff. I mean, if you absolutely have to, you can shoehorn in like recognizable characters or whatever.
Yeah, just do like little.
Like they were
little
gonna make
drops, little Easter
they were
eggs.
gonna do a Star Wars game, Star Wars 1313, that eventually got canceled. Well, why not turn that into a show instead,
Right.
or a movie?
Yeah.
And that was all about bounty hunters. I think it was about a young Boba Fett or something. I think that's what the story was about.
Aren't we getting? Oh no! You know what it was? We're supposed to get a Boba Fett movie, and then that's what got turned into the Mandalorian. But
Boba Fett's supposed to show up.
Right, he's supposed to show up in this.
And it's supposed to be the
same actor.
It's supposed to be the clone guy. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Have you seen that meme where
apparently
it's
Ahsoka
that
is
guy,
also going to be in it? By
where
the
the
way,
guy
too.
Explains on how like Jango Fett sent a assassin. So like it was Mace Windu, or not Mace Windu, but General. What is the guy's
General
name?
Grievous.
Not Grievous, the other general. The white hair guy.
With the cone head.
No.
What are you talking about? With the white hair.
I imagine you slice his head off, or slice it from the top. It'd look like an eggplant on the inside or something. Shit. The second Star Wars, he like dies.
The white hair dude. Dooku. Count Dooku.
I think it's Count Dooku.
Yeah, Count Dooku.
Let's see. Hang on, let me.
He dies in the third one.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I thought it was the second one that he got defeated.
No.
Oh, is it like right at the beginning? Anyway, Count Dooku sends
right
Jango Fett to kill Padme, but Jango Fett sends an assassin, and then that assassin sends.
And then she hires somebody else. Yeah.
Right, and then it sends like a droid, and then the droid sends in
like these death worms. Yeah.
Like I love that joke.
It's so like complicated. Like wow.
and then just the cherry on top, instead of Jango Fett killing Padme, he ends up killing the assassin.
Yeah.
He had a clear shot to kill Padme, and ends up he's like, no, I gotta kill the assassin.
Yeah, he ends up shooting the assassin and like poisoning her or whatever.
You know that's our movies, right? That's our generation for Star Wars. Is those prequel movies?
Dude, those prequel movies I love those movies, honestly.
I had to say that I like them because I did like them as a kid. Yeah.
I loved them, man. I was obsessed with them.
I saw do you see any of them in theaters?
I saw episode 3 in theaters. That was the first one that I saw in theaters. And then I saw episode 7 and episode 8 in theaters. It's the new series.
My mom was really good friends with my first grade teacher. They're like best friends. And I remember after school, because her son was like really into Star Wars and stuff. And I remember after school, she took me to go see the fucking episode 1.
Episode 1? Oh my god.
Yeah, so I got to see
that's got to be
episode
so
1
boring for you.
I mean, I don't remember a
that,
thing.
that whole movie is so boring until the last 20 minutes.
I don't know. I like the first fight scene with the war scene.
Yeah.
But that's like, I think that's all I can remember from the movie.
But yeah, I went and saw episode 3. I remember that because I went and saw it with my cousin and then 2 friends. And it was a big night. Like, it had been out for like 2-3 weeks already, and the theaters were still fucking packed. Like, with people to see Star Wars episode 3. And I remember, dude, I still remember it so vividly, dude. It fucking blew me away. That like whole fight at the end on Mustafar. Imagine seeing that on the big screen. It was insane.
Yeah, I bet it was the crowd going like absolutely nuts over that.
No, it was like, well, you know, I always see the viral videos of people going crazy in theaters, but people, like every theater I've been in, people have always been fucking respectable, like they should be. And they wait till the very end to clap. When the credits roll, and it's like good. And people laugh like during comedies and stuff, but like, you know, I've never had anyone like stand up and fucking cheer or like go nuts.
What's your worst movie experience you've ever had, or have you never had a bad movie experience?
I've never had like a bad movie experience. They've always been really funny. I don't know. Like I've always like just being around people and like hearing certain reactions to certain things. Like I'll hear certain people. I went and saw Super 8 in theaters. You know, Steven Spielberg movie about the alien and stuff.
Oh yeah, I call it like an adult Stranger Things.
Yeah, I went and saw it with one of my friends in theaters, and there's like the gas station scene where the kids got the headphones on,
Yeah.
And he goes outside to like check on everything, and it's dead quiet, like absolutely quiet. And then all of a sudden, like a whole ass like garbage can gets like thrown across the thing, and then there's this couple behind us, and the girl just goes like straight up, just goes, "Holy fucking shit!" like screaming. And then my friend turns around and he goes, "That's what I'm saying," and like everybody, like it was pretty funny. And I went and saw a couple movies with him, but I had to stop because he would fucking try to talk to everybody in there.
Oh, he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
I went to I've had some bad experiences. The two ones that most stick out me, the worst one probably that sticks out of my mind the most is when I went, me and my girlfriend went and saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Colin, I'm not joking. I'm not fucking kidding. I'm literally, this is not a joke. The entire theater was fucking talking through the entire movie.
Really? Holy shit.
I was so fucking annoyed that I bought the movie on DVD just so I could rewatch it within like just peace and quiet. That was the...
I would probably say, I wouldn't say it was my worst experience, but I did go and see A Quiet Place in theaters.
I had this, I did too. And luckily that experience wasn't that bad, but how was it?
Like, it wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't the best way to watch the movie.
Right.
Because even though, like, everybody was absolutely quiet, you could still hear people eating.
You could
still hear people rummaging. And it's like, oh, like, even this stuff, like, it got annoying. But it was like, everybody was dead quiet, like, nobody talked.
You know what?
But it was just you could hear him eating.
Right. That'd be in the perfect movie to like fart really.
Yeah, I know, right? Like as soon as it gets quiet, dude, just let one out. That'd be good, dude.
Oh man.
Just a nice little like. No, that'd be a nice one.
Because you would think like, oh, I'm in a movie theater. Thank God, like loud.
Nobody's gonna know it's me.
Yeah, and then it's like the whole.
Everybody immediately looks at you.
You could have fucking coughed in that movie and everyone would have turned around like, hey, shut up. I was like, when I went and saw it in theaters, I was like, that was the first thing in my mind. I'm like, oh man, like this is gonna be bad because if one person talks, it ruins the entire. Which I guess that's a complete deferral, because if you talk during that movie, you're immediately
like people know, like you have to be fucking quiet, especially for this movie.
But
I think the last movie I saw in theater was Godzilla. That was the last movie I saw.
Which one? King of the Monsters?
Yeah.
What a fucking great film. Did you like it?
What a fucking masterpiece. I thought it was a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah. So I have a gripe because
I thought it was fucking good.
I know people say like that movie is not good. That movie is a lot. I remember buying. Let's
find them. What's their name?
I'll just find them. Adam.
I just want to talk.
I've seen a lot of people say that they don't like the movie, but if you're like a Godzilla fan, that movie is an absolute love letter to Godzilla fans.
Dude, I thought it was a great movie.
Right, I got every little reference, and usually I'm never that keen in for like shit like that. But every fucking little reference to that movie, I understood, and I'm like, wow, that was actually like that was a care package for fucking fans.
Really, I was there for my girl Mothra. I had to.
And then the twins, and they did the twins.
Oh yeah, the twins were there. I noticed that too. I was like, I had to like lean over and like whisper to my roommate. I was like, are those chicks look almost exactly like the Mothra twins? I was like, is that what they're supposed to be? Because they're like on opposite sides of the world or on like different teams and stuff like that. One lady was in China studying it, and then the other lady was with the like military. Yeah. Working with Godzilla.
Well, they have like a family photo, and I think in the family photo they use like old.
They use the old Mothra ladies. Yeah, I think like twins just running their family or something.
Right, because every generation there was twins.
Yeah, so I thought that was really cool. I did notice that.
Dude, me and Tay watched it in like IMAX, and when they did the scene with the oxygen bomb, when they just randomly brought in the oxygen bomb. I swear to God, we both turned to each other side by side. We're like, and so started shaking each other. We're like, holy shit! Like that's the most deadliest weapon. And they're like,
I know
we've been working on this secret weapon.
Yeah, they're just gonna drop it right now. And then Nuclear Godzilla when he's fucking going like haywire.
Yeah,
he starts like melting all the stuff around him. Yeah.
Holy shit.
One of the best scenes though is when damn it, I forget his name, but that one guy goes down to where basically to Atlantis.
Oh,
and like
right.
gives Godzilla the nuke.
And he touches.
And I was like, oh, and he like, yeah, dude, he like pets his nose, and I was like, oh my god, that's so. I thought that was probably the best scene in the movie.
I think I teared up a bit. I was like, oh
yeah,
man,
of course I did.
Because I think his grandfather, or something he had connected to like the first original attacks and stuff.
Because his the pocket watch that he carries was his grandfather's.
Was the
and it stopped at the exact time that the bomb dropped or whatever. And that's why like the watch never worked. He just always carried it with him. Because I think there's a scene in the movie where someone asks him like, "Hey, do you know what time it is?" And he's like, "Oh, this actually doesn't work."
Right.
I think he tells somebody that. Yeah. He just likes to look at it. That's it.
It's a memento. I mean, to know how dangerous this was.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie, and I'm excited for Godzilla Kong. Although I
swear to God,
people forget about it. Yes,
I keep forgetting about it because it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out this year and it got delayed.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out like March,
but I thought
wasn't it?
We'd at least get a fucking trailer by now, right? Like something.
We got a image. That was it.
Well, we got a leaked image, right? I remember.
Yeah, and then eventually a high-res image came out.
Because it's them standing on...
like battleships or aircraft carriers or whatever, yeah. Which I don't get.
Because, I don't know how...
They're gonna bring them both in on boats and have them duke it out.
They're probably like right off Skull Island, and then they fucking... Wait, let me ask, did you like Kong or Skull Island?
I liked it. I thought it was alright. I didn't hate it.
I thought the story was like...
I think Peter Jackson's King Kong is way better.
Dude, yes. Like
with Jack Black and Adrian Brody in them. Dude, I thought it was that movie's a banger.
The whole scene when they get to that island and they with the Rex, the T-Rex, and then even with I still one of the scariest scenes in cinema is the fucking that centipede or worm or whatever eating
the bug trench. Yeah, when they fall down the trench and it's full of fucking bugs.
Shit. And you know,
dude.
And
then the giant
like
spider crab thing that like slices a dude in half. I remember that.
Right.
Damn. But yeah, I didn't like the skull walkers or whatever they called them in the new one.
Yeah.
I didn't like those. A fucking biped lizard. It had 2 legs.
The design for them are really lame. They like very generic.
Fuck? I know. I was like, what is that? I was like, why does it have 2 legs? And it runs like it's a fucking wheelbarrow.
And if you notice at the end of so you know all the other like creatures that come like and praise Godzilla at the end of the movie and stuff, all the other kaiju. If you look at their character designs, they all look like they like live in Kong's island. They're all their characters.
Well, I mean, there is like the Dinosaur Island or Monster Island. I mean, that could be Skull Island, right?
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe they're like neighbors. Because there is Monster Island. I remember that from the original movies.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe they'll try to twist it into like that's the same as Kong Island. That's where most of these monsters originate from. Blah blah blah. And actually, it turns out that Skull Island's actually in the exact perimeter of Castle Bravo, where the fucking nuclear tests happened, where Godzilla was created.
I think what's gonna happen in Kong.
It all leads back to that testing, apparently. I guess.
Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is in Godzilla versus Kong, they're gonna be like duking it out, and either one of two things gonna happen. Either there's gonna be Mecha Ghidorah comeback, or
dude, I would love that.
Or there's gonna be Destroya.
Is it gonna be one of those things where they have to like stop fighting each other and fight the other thing?
Right, is exactly what's gonna have to happen. Because if you watch the
because I know they did tease Mecha Ghidorah.
Yeah, so
they still had one of the heads.
They had the head, they had like the DNA for it, but they also used the Oxygen Destroyer in Godzilla's King of the Monsters,
which created
Destroya.
Destroya. Yeah.
So they have 2 ways out to defer them, because I don't think they want either one to win, because then that's just gonna upset fans.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense to make it a stalemate. We're gonna make this whole fucking movie Godzilla versus Kong, and it's not gonna be Godzilla versus Kong.
Superman, where it's like, or we have an ultimate enemy here.
We hype them up fighting each other, but then they have to set our differences aside and fight the common enemy.
That's exactly what's probably going to be. I mean
oh my god.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna give Kong his OG powers?
I think they're gonna make him bigger and stronger, but because they have to make him grow to fight Godzilla. Because right now, Godzilla's like
in that
twice
picture
his
they were
size.
in that picture they were the same size. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
what if the
like
oxygen
Godzilla,
destroyer
Kong.
made him grow bigger?
What'd you say?
What if the oxygen destroyer made Kong grow bigger or something?
I think in Kong they said that he was still in his infancy. Like
he's still growing.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big ape though.
Jesus.
Oh,
I'm excited for it. If they ever do it, I would like them to have another character in it, because I feel like there isn't very much you can do with just Kong and Godzilla, in my opinion.
You can't go wrong with adding more kaiju. In my book, at least, you can't go wrong.
No, bro.
The more, the better.
Why don't you just try and top what you did in King of Monsters, dude? Bring even more monsters in for a cameo. I want to see Mothra come back. Bring her back.
Did you notice that she had an imprint on Godzilla after they fused together?
Yeah, I think there's other eggs. I'm pretty sure there's other eggs, because she always lays eggs before she sacrifices herself.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So there's another Mothra. But then we can have an all-out Monsters Attack remake or something. Which we really already did, actually, with King of Monsters. GMK. It was essentially a remake of GMK.
You think it's better than GMK, or you think GMK is better than that?
Dude, I love GMK.
I haven't seen it so long.
It's probably one of my favorites. Although my favorite Godzilla movie of all time is Godzilla 2000. I just love that movie.
I watched that I think 2 months ago.
Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla versus Megaguirus.
Yeah.
I love the Megaguirus. Dude, bring Megaguirus, bro. There's giant bugs on Skull Island. Megaguirus can be one of those. Even though I think I looked it up and it was one of the worst performing Godzilla movies. Megaguirus.
Megaguirus, GMK, I think. I know is rated wise GMK. People hate GMK. Godzilla raids again. People definitely hate that.
The second Godzilla film.
Yeah, they're like, God, this is garbage compared to the first one.
Yeah, for the first one.
Have you seen Shin Godzilla?
I love Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla was very good.
I was lucky enough to get to watch in theaters. And
that's dope.
And that when he does the atomic breath scene, I swear to God, it sucked the air out of the room. People could not to sit there and watch that scene with a bunch of just an entire theater of kaiju fans was insane. And that was something you cannot buy that experience.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. I saw it on DVD when it came out, or once it came out. I really loved. This is probably my favorite iteration of Godzilla because I absolutely loved it's a completely different take on his evolution and how he works and stuff. I thought it was super weird.
Yeah,
it was
apparently
really good.
They wanted to make it make him look even more fucked up and weird, but the studio said no. It's no, you have to keep it in some remedy of Godzilla, but they wanted to make him look way different.
Yeah, and apparently his evolution was gonna become more humanoid, basically, because he kept evolving throughout the movie,
right?
To at the end, become better.
All the humanoids crawling off his tail,
out of his tail and stuff. Yeah, because that would have been the final evolution. Because each time he got attacked, he got stronger and evolved from that.
Yeah.
So then now that would have been his perfect form. Essentially, would have been the humanoid forms.
Well, I mean, essentially they left it on a cliffhanger because
Yeah.
he was going to reawake. They had to figure out how to kill him before he reawoke.
Yeah, that would be crazy because it looked like there was a bunch of them coming out. No, but that was a really cool. I really liked that one.
Yeah, probably.
It was definitely a good comeback. What was it? Godzilla had been gone for like 20 years until Shin Godzilla had come out.
2014 when Destroy All Monsters, or no, Final Wars. Since Final Wars came out.
Final Wars is in 2004, right? Yeah. So like 10 years. Yeah, it had been a while since the last Godzilla movie. But isn't there usually like a good little gap in between the eras? Do you think Shin Godzilla is the start of a new era?
Yeah, it definitely. You know what actually revived the Godzilla was 2014. That actually gave.
Oh, that's the new era.
Yeah, well, so that movie, because they were done after Final Wars, they were just done with Godzilla, and it wasn't really planning on doing anything anymore.
Didn't they pass the torch to them essentially?
What was that?
Didn't they pass the torch to Legendary essentially? Yeah,
so they gave them rights to make another, and Godzilla 2014 did so well that it got them to make Shin Godzilla. So after 2014 came out, they started making Shin Godzilla.
Yeah. And then now, but the Godzilla, the universes are separate. Isn't this the Monsterverse or something technically?
Yeah. So they have their own
with King Kong, Godzilla. You know what? If they want to fucking expand it, dude, I would love to see a Gamera movie.
Yeah, I totally.
If they could do that, if they could pull that off, I'd be really impressed.
A lot of people like Gamera. I've never. I need to sit down and actually watch Gamera. Tate keeps trying to put it on me.
Because he reminds me of Toka or Razor or whatever from Ninja Turtles, the giant snapping turtle. That's one of the main villains in the movie. That's what Gamera reminds me of. Because I watched Ninja Turtles before I watched Gamera.
Yeah.
So he always reminds me of that guy with the spiky shell and stuff. Yeah, like a beak and the claws and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit, we're running. It's 1:20.
Running on
Colin,
time.
Do you have any final words before we end the podcast, man?
No. Just check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/MonkeyOmega. And you should also check out Jordan. Jordan's starting up as well, man.
Yeah, baby. We got to get up to 50 subs. Once I get there, then I can...
He's been grinding Rocket League lately.
Yeah, God, Jesus Christ.
I know. I got to hop back on with you. It's been a couple days. I haven't played in a while.
Right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming down to Crap. You know what I forgot? I forgot to mention that we're also on Spotify. I do this every time. Tate's not here to remind me this week. But, guys, we're also on Spotify. Thank you, buddy, for watching us on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. Thank you for making it into the show. We really do appreciate it. If you guys want to follow us on any social media, links are down in the description. Colin, where can they find you at, man?
I'm on Twitch, MonkeyOmega, and I'm also on Twitter at _Space Whales. And that's the extent of my social media.
Guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at CyberCalamity. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitch, it's also CyberCalamity. Guys, thank you so much for coming down to the show. We really do appreciate it. And guys, we'll see you on episode 24. Later.
Deuces.